Hey everyone, and welcome back to another pregnancy vlog. This is going to be my 34-week pregnancy vlog. I am 34 weeks and 6 days pregnant. So again, late. I missed last week. I know I said I wasn't going to miss anymore. Well, I'm not going to make any more promises the rest of this pregnancy, because apparently, even though I think that I can make a video, something always comes up. So I apologize for missing another week, but here we are, 34 weeks, almost 35 weeks, and just trucking along. So I had a midwife appointment last week, which went really well. My weight was up 1 pound from my previous appointment 2 weeks ago. So my current weight gain as of now for the entire pregnancy is 20 pounds. So not horrible. I was looking back at my pregnancy vlogs with Coralie, and at this point I had gained 27 pounds with her. And this pregnancy I'm at 20 pounds. So I'm feeling really good about that. My blood pressure was good. It was like 110/70. Everything was good. Baby heartbeat was in the 140s, and her body is on the left side, and she is head down, which is really good. We want her to be on the left side, but I also know that that doesn't necessarily mean anything, because Coralie, when I was watching my pregnancy vlogs with Coralie at this point, she was also on the left side, and she ended up being posterior during labor and delivery, which calls for a very difficult labor and delivery with her. So if you haven't already, you can go watch my labor and delivery videos with her, or you can watch my my labor and delivery story with her. It was very long, had horrible back pain and back labor. So I have really been focusing these last few weeks on optimal fetal positioning. So I've been doing some exercises and some stretches to try to get her in the best position possible. So some of the things I've been doing is I've been doing the I forget what the actual name is. I'll put it down here if I remember, but something inversion, where I have to I put my knees on the couch and then I lean down with my belly kind of hanging out, with like my butt in the air and then my hands down, which is supposed to help get them in the best position possible. I've been doing a lot of hip opener exercises. I've been doing a lot of leaning. I've been doing a lot of pelvic tilts, and whenever I can, I try my best to sleep on my left side. So those are some of the things that I've been doing to try to get her in the best position possible for a natural childbirth. I'm so terrified of having another posterior baby, which I know the odds are stacked against me, seeing how both my previous pregnancies were both posterior. So it may just be the way that I carry babies. I don't know, but I don't really remember doing a whole lot with Coralie's pregnancy to try to get her in the best position. So I'm hoping all the things I'm doing now will help. I've also been trying to do Kegel exercises. Those are just the one thing that I absolutely hate doing. I hate doing them, and I forget, and I don't know. It's just, I would much rather do a T25 workout or an insanity workout than just to sit and do Kegels. So, but I'm trying my best to prepare my body for this birth, because like I said, it's my last pregnancy, and it's just my last chance to get a natural water birth. It's my last chance. So, but I also know things are out of my control, and I can't beat myself up if I'm unable to have the natural childbirth I want. So it's a beauty about where I'm delivering. It's in a birth center, but it's in a birth center inside the regular hospital. So if at any point the pain becomes too much, then I can just request to be transferred, and they get a wheelchair, and they wheel you over to the regular labor and delivery. and you can get an epidural. So that's the good thing about the birth center that I'm going to. So I know that's always an option if things get to be too much, like they did with Coralai's pregnancy. I also had my birth center appointment. Between 35 and 37 weeks, I think, you have to go visit the birth center and sit down with one of the nurses and go over paperwork and things like that. And because I have already, well, I didn't deliver there, but because I've already been there, I've already been to the orientation class, and I already labored in the birthing tub, and I kind of already know all of their policies and things that they do there. The appointment was really, really short. It was basically just answering medical questions, medical history, and filling out boring paperwork. It really wasn't exciting. I was hoping it was going to be a little bit more exciting than it was, but it wasn't. It was kind of short, quick, and to the point, and the nurse wasn't really all that friendly. She kept getting interrupted, like other people were coming in, and they don't have like a service desk or anything. Like when you go into the birthing center, it's just like the actual birthing center. So they do like their meetings and appointments like at a little kitchen table. So we had 2 interruptions, and I think she was just getting kind of annoyed that she was trying to work with me and she kept getting annoyed. So either that, or it was 5 o'clock, so maybe, I don't know, maybe she had a really long day or a really rough day. Whatever it was, she wasn't super chipper. But that's okay. But I'm getting really excited, and it's starting to feel really real. We went over my birth plan. My birth plan really isn't all that extravagant this time because I am delivering in a birth center. They tend to do things naturally anyway, so I didn't really have to put a lot of thought or effort into the birth plan because the things that I wanted to have done, like delayed cord clamping, putting the baby directly on my chest, letting the baby breastfeed as soon as possible, that's all routine there, so I didn't even have to write it down. So the only things that we did have to discuss was the baby is going to be getting the hearing test, the vitamin K shot, and the hepatitis B shot. And with Coralai, I actually did the vitamin K drops, so I gave her drops orally, and we delayed her hepatitis shot, so she got it much later. She didn't get it at birth. But this time around, I'm just going with the shots, doing them, getting them over with, because you know, it's either they get the shot as a newborn right away, or you delay it and they get it later on. They're still getting the shot, and I just feel like it affects them more and they're more aware when they're older, so I'm just getting it done this time. The only thing that I am declining for this baby is the eye ointment, and I also declined that with Coralai as well. So as long as you don't have any STDs, which I know I do not, the eye ointment is not necessary, and it blurs their vision, and they already have a hard enough time seeing when they're born anyway. So that's the only thing that that's kind of out of the ordinary that I put in my birth plan. I'm declining the eye ointment. Everything else, I'm just going to go with their routine procedures and everything. Oh, one more thing. She will not be bathed in the birthing center. I did this with Coralai as well. Any vernix left on her skin will be rubbed in, and she will not receive a bath until she's at home and she's a few days old, which we did with Coralai. So there's health benefits to rubbing the vernix in and not washing it off right away, so that's why we're doing that. And Thomas is going to cut the cord, and I think that's pretty much it when it comes to my birth plan. Things kind of just progress naturally, like when things are happening anyway, so I really didn't feel the need to put a lot of time and energy in a birth plan, especially when I'm birthing at a birthing center, and I just love the way they do things anyway. So I'm getting excited. I went through the baby stuff that we do have. I took all the tags off, like all her newborn clothes. I haven't washed them yet, but I took all the tags off. I folded them up, put them in a drawer. and opened her bottles and pacifiers and all that kind of stuff. We still need to put her swing together. I still need to get, we have several one-size cloth diapers, but I still need to get some newborn cloth diapers. So like that's like my biggest purchase that I need to make before she gets here, is I need to buy some newborn cloth diapers for her, which hopefully will be happening very soon. I'm trying to think what else. As far as symptoms go, I have been doing pretty well. No new stretch marks, so the red spots on my stomach did end up being poison ivy, so I don't have poison ivy, so that's great. And really nothing new. My heartburn really bothers me at times, depending on, you know, what I've eaten that day. I'm having a harder time getting comfortable at night. I have to have a pillow between my legs. If I don't, I'm just really uncomfortable. My stomach, like, it's definitely growing because my skin is stretching and it's so itchy all the time. It's just really, really itchy. And I'm still working out. I'm still doing T25. A lot of the moves, the higher impact moves, I have to modify now. Even doing like a basic jumping jack, like instead of like jumping with both of my legs, I have to do like one leg at a time instead of doing them both at the same time, because I just feel like she's gonna fall out like when I spread my legs to go do a jumping jack. So any type of high impact jumping, I am modifying because it's just starting to be really uncomfortable and kind of hurt. But other than that, my lower back is starting to bother me every once in a while. I really want to make an appointment to a chiropractor, but since we moved into this new area, I don't really know a good chiropractor to go to. So I'm hoping maybe at my next appointment, which will be at 36 weeks, I'm hoping to ask for some recommendations on where I should go for that. And I will also be getting the Group B strep swab done at that appointment, so I'm going to start taking garlic capsules and doing couple other things to try to prevent that being positive, which I was not positive with Jaden. I was with Coralie. So with Coralie's labor and delivery, I had to have antibiotics. Hoping to avoid that this time, but fingers crossed, we'll see. But other than that, I think that's it. Yep, I think that's it. I'll do a belly shop, and that will be it for week 34. Okay. So here I am from the front. And from the side, this is not a maternity top, so it looks kind of silly on me. I just feel like I'm carrying her really low. Really low. I'm getting a lot of Braxton Hicks contractions. Starting to get kind of sore, like down in here in my pelvis. I don't know if that's because she's starting to drop down in lower or just from her growing heavier, but starting to get a little uncomfortable. Let's see if I can suck in at all. Oh my goodness, there's like no sucking in anymore. Oh. And I have to pee 24/7 all day, every day. So here's a regular tank top, and it doesn't cover my belly anymore. All right, that's it. I will see you guys next week for week 35. Bye.